I'm Jordana here with Chana Sufrin. And we go a little bit way back. Let me just give people how we first connected, and then you're going to introduce yourself and everything about you. So last year, I wanted to run this whole mega fashion show for my students. And Chana was so kind. She was going to come in, fly in, introduce herself, and really springboard this whole fashion show for my middle school girls. But it just didn't work out. But she was such a great resource, and she connected me to other people, and she was such a big help. And I've been connecting with her ever since. And I just when I wanted to do this podcast, I so wanted to have her on. So could you tell everybody a little bit about yourself, introduce yourself, what your whole product is, how you got started in the fashion, so on and so forth. Take it away.
Sure. Okay. Hi. So my name is Chana Sufrin. I am a mother, a wife, and entrepreneur. I am the founder and owner of House of Lancry. It's I like to say it's a contemporary, like modest fashion brand. We started only less than 4 years ago, and Baruch Hashem, we've been, blessed, and it's been a great success, and people love all House of Lancry pieces, and we have a store in New York. So let's start from how House of Lancry started, just a little bit like nutshell. I was always into fashion. Growing up in Brazil, was very limited clothing available, modest clothing, and I used to design like my outfits.
Oh wow, cool!
And I used to take it to the seamstress, but I've never saw myself being a fashion designer because like who's a fashion designer? Like you want to be a doctor, you want to be, I wanted actually like to be a vet.
Okay.
Yes, I love animals. Maybe like that's why. Anyhow, so that's how the whole fashion creative started from when I was a young girl. Mm-hmm. So I like designing like my own pieces from 12 years old until like I left Brazil. I'm from Brazil. I didn't like Brazil like that before. And age of 18, I went to Miami. I went to seminary in Miami, and I stayed like I did a little bit of shlichut in for a Chabad house, and then got married, had my first child. That's my first child story. It's a story on its own. He's my miracle child. But we lived for like another time. And when my son was 1, I decided to go into interior designing. I attended the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, cool.
So I'm an interior designer. And so we moved to Israel for a few months after that, and came to London. So I've been here in London for
10 years.
Okay. How did the brand House of Lancry start? I think it was around like 4 years ago. I was working for as a interior designer for a kitchen place, kitchen store. I used to like design beautiful kitchens, beautiful rooms, and living rooms, and like dining rooms, everything. And I didn't love anymore what I did. Mm-hmm. I was a little bit like questioning, like, I don't know, maybe that's like this whole 9-to-5 job is not for me. So questioning, I wasn't loving it anymore.
You weren't passionate about it anymore.
Yeah, I wasn't passionate. I loved it. I think I wanted to be like, I have to do things on my own pace, not be, be my own boss, like type of thing, and not be under like somebody. Okay. So I didn't know at the time that that's like entrepreneur fire is like all about. I'm like, okay, I don't love it anymore. So let me try something else. So a friend of mine So in between that, like I always like people always comment like on my fashion sense. I like Hannah, take me shopping, la 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 la. We did a few like shopping trips, but a friend of mine asked me to design her son's bar mitzvah dress, two outfits, and I helped her out with the whole process from the design aspect to finding like seamstress and getting it perfect for every single fitting, blah blah blah. So something sparked like inside of me, that I was like, okay, I think I'm having a career change. I'm going to start a brand. So that idea was in my head, like, like nonstop when you have something in your head that you can get out of your head.
Yes.
So that was like that for like a good few weeks. Right. So gave in like my notice at my job. I said, no hard feelings, but I am going to go my way. I'm going to start like my own like fashion brand. So I had no background like in the fashion industry. So it's just like somebody with good taste, with very little funding. I had, I think, $2,000, not even pounds. And I went to a few trade shows to look for like manufacturers. Went to so many places until I found a place where I do right now all my samples. Wow. It's our studio, which we've been working together for a very long time, and we've been creating magic. And then now, from a very small production of 5 pieces of each size, we have like a lot. Wow. We have a store now. We produce season, like we bring out 4 seasons. We always bringing out like new capsules collection, and spring, summer, and then fall, winter, and it's been a crazy ride. It's been magical. I met so many lovely people like along the way, and I don't know, just like my job just set my soul on fire, and I get to,
oh my gosh,
I get to do what I love, like what I truly love.
Now you're doing what you're so passionate about, that started at a young age and you didn't even realize it when you were saying back in Brazil, those seeds were planted, but you seem to have this creative soul, Chana, that you really see that it came out in many different ways throughout the state.
I do, but I love the whole like design aspect. I love hosting, party planning. I did actually a little bit of party planning. I think I have this creative side, and that's where I get so excited whenever I'm hosting. It has to be like the table has to be presented really nicely. If I'm just having my kid's birthday party, just like for the family, I would wake up like early, like in the morning, and then set up a whole birthday breakfast with balloons and then banners, and the whole table setting, dessert table, like just for that. I'm just like, it makes me happy, the whole creative side of it. And I don't know. I also see people excited about something. It also gives me life as well.
Yes, validate that feeling.
To anything, anything. I think that we need to create energy, like in between each other, spark that inner,
Yes, I agree with you 100%. Everyone, I think if everyone finds that little something that fills them up, that fills their cup, or if you want to say fills their bucket, fills their void, whatever the terminology people use, it not only does it fill us up, like you said, I think that energy overflows to the people around us, and it will make us.
I have a quote, like, do something that sets your soul on fire. That's my quote. I tell my kids, friends, everyone needs a little bit of that.
Right.
Let it be for, if you like, to go to the gym, if you like to run, if you like to paint, if you like drama, or if you like to design, and if you, I don't know, just like everyone needs to have something that gives them like joy, and that's like they're so fun. I think that's important.
Oh, that's amazing. Now I'm going to transition a little bit, because with this creativity, it then transformed and you had to move on to social media platforms. How would you say the social media platform helped, didn't help? What were the challenges is in reference to that?
Listen, social media launched my brand. I think for the first year, I didn't have a website. So I was solely selling the clothes on Instagram. And Instagram didn't have the swipe ups then, it was like DM. I'm posting this. Do you like it? Send me a DM. That was like that for a whole year. I didn't have a website. Wow. Only a year later, when I'm like, when it was time to go to a bigger factory and order mass quantity, that's I'm like, or I'm gonna spend a lot of money with I spend quite a nice amount of money for a great website developer. I got a lot of people involved. So I saw like, okay, like this is not a hobby. Mm-hmm. I feel like a business. So I was literally just selling things like from Instagram, and then was word of mouth. So one people post, one people repost, one person tag, and I'm like, okay, who is this brand? I'm like, House of Lancry. Let me try. Then like their friends were buying something. So it's like word of mouth. It just created this whole community that was loving my clothes, and
The tribe.
and the quality is
the tribe, they call it.
Exactly. Yeah. So I met very like, a key pieces to the growth of the company, starting from my friend Zelda here, she's a dear friend of mine. She's like, okay, I'm gonna introduce you like to Adi Heyman. I did a lot of work like with Adi, and then like I met Chef Chaya. Chef Chaya was also like, she wore like House of Lancry a lot. So, through that, she spoke on her Instagram, and then community is getting bigger, and then more people, and then this one and that one. And we had a mommy dictionary with Cami, which she's a sweetheart. She's been one of our first clients. Wow. So just word of having a good reputation as well.
Yes.
Counts a lot. Yes. A lot. I stand by every single of my pieces of clothes. If something is like not 100% right, we'll send you a new dress. Customer service in the end of the day is key for anyone starting a business. There is no point to fight like with your customers, especially when you have like online presence, and when people are so ready, like kind of like to either talk good or talk bad. So you don't want to be in that side of the coin.
Well, did you learn that from experience, or like, did you have a negative experience, any obstacles in that area, or you right away was like?
Because those were always like my values. Like the customer is always right. The same way that you go like to a store, you don't want to have to argue with like somebody. I like also I do what I like, what I would like to another store do it like for me,
right?
As a customer,
right?
You know what I mean? Oh, yes. Not even more. I want to have all my clients happy.
Yes.
And
100%. I understand. When I became a teacher, that's the same thing. Yeah.
It's positive for me on my side, on my end. It's all positive.
So now, have you achieved your goals, or you think you were just, as you said, you used the term that it wasn't, now it became something real. It wasn't a hobby anymore. So maybe you did achieve your goals, because originally maybe you thought this was going to be a hobby, and then it turned into something bigger. But now looking at it, are there goals that you're still setting? Have you achieved certain goals that you wanted to set? And
listen, it's always like life is always evolving. So
Mhm.
it's never like have this goal, set yourself another bar.
Okay.
Set yourself another goal. Never just walk in a straight line. You want to climb like more steps, you know? No, not yet. Not yet. My goal was always like, okay, I want my clothing. I want to see my House of Lancry on Selfridges. Actually, that's like my dream of mine. You might see. I'm like, I want to walk into Selfridges. It's like Saks
Oh, so-
here, like in London. I want to walk into Selfridges. I want to see a big like sign on the wall, House of Lancry. I'm like, this is my God. My goal now is that I want to open more stores. We have a beautiful store in Brooklyn. I want to open this God. We are in the talks to open like more places in the Five Towns, in Miami. You know, so my goal for 2021 is to open one more store, and then 2022 open like another one. So um, open more concept stores.
Okay, great. Now, if somebody was starting off in the business or something like that, what would be your advice to them?
Do it, do it, but start small.
Start small.
Find find your niche. Find what like a product that it's good. Never copy other people. Do not be a copycat,
Okay,
and don't compare yourself to somebody else.
right. Be an
Do your
individual.
thing.
Do you think?
Be exactly. Just do do your thing. Do keep true like to like your values, and don't give up. If something doesn't work out, great. Let's try something else. But like definitely start small and then grow.
Now,
That's my
what's interesting is
advice.
that, because you're so creative and you did the home design and you do have the clothing design and like you said, the party planning. So when somebody would go to your Instagram page, they would see all of this, even the cooking. I know you do the reels. I love watching those with the cooking. I was just curious, here I am, someone starting out a little bit on the social media, and I have children, and that's how you definitely introduce yourself. I'm a mom, right? You said that's your mom. What is your feeling about including your kids on your social media platform? Like, how do you see that?
Okay, number one, my kids do not have social media. My son is nearly 14 and he doesn't have WhatsApp. He only gets text message. He has a smartphone, which I get to I see his phone all the time. I have screening and blah blah blah. He doesn't have WhatsApp and he doesn't have any social media. The girls, like my girls, have asked. They are 11 and 9. They have like, mommy, can we have TikTok? No. When I use TikTok, go on my phone.
Right.
When I use Instagram, go on my phone. I'm not planning to. I'm a little bit like old fashioned like that way. I feel like the more I can preserve them from the social media world, I want to do that. Okay, now putting them on like in front of the camera. It's not all the time. It's not all the time. It's just a little bit, of our life. Um, we own a horse, and I post that a lot, like the horse riding, which I feel like posting that. um First of all, I'm very in touch like with like nature. I love nature, like I love animals, but I feel like it shows people that okay, you're allowed to have a hobby and be like an orthodox woman, from kids, and have a hobby like riding a horse, or I don't know, doing gymnastics. I don't know. I feel like that side of it, like I like showing.
Right.
And um, yeah, I don't post them a lot. I only post like whatever like they feel like comfortable with. I see it like a few times. I don't take a video and post. I'm like, okay, I analyze it. Is it gonna be okay? It's like it's appropriate, and then I post. But
Right.
I don't have like the phone faces all the time. I actually don't.
Right. No, everyone has a difference of opinion. That was part of this whole podcast and getting different people's opinions. There's some people that I've spoken to that would never post them. They'd only put them in a story because maybe that's a little bit short-lived. Some people won't even their kids' voices.
No.
But most people, like you said, they process it. It's not like shoot and post. It's look at it. Is this something, that's in general anyway. That's good social media, thinking.
Yeah, awareness. What I was going to say, it's so funny because my second one, Rosie, she's 11, so she's dying to be an actress. It's like, mommy, I want to go to acting school. I'm like, go at the acting school. If anyone knows, please let me know here. Like, you know. So she likes that whole aspect of being like in front of the cameras. She's very talented. So so yeah, so I need to find an acting school for her because I feel like, what, she wants to do acting. Let me try to do within our, how would you call it?
Religious beliefs.
Within our, yeah.
You should know, just a little heads up. I didn't know we were going to go in this direction. I have a lot of kids that are talented also. And I had a son that wanted to also do acting and things like that. I guess maybe in New York, there are maybe a few more outlets, but I should let you know. I don't know if your daughter sings at all, but there's a camp. I don't know if
She's amazing. She's very dramatic. She likes acting. She's good at it. She's smart. She's learning like piano now. She had like her fourth lesson and she read notes. I'm like, I had no idea the child was even talented like with music. It's not like she can sing. Found out like, oh my God, she can play piano.
Yeah, right.
So she's like, her teacher was like, he's like, do you know she's really bright? And I think that we should like a little bit more advanced. And I'm like, go for it, push her, and tell her.
So important.
Go and
Yeah. So I was going to tell you the camp called Kol Neshama. I don't know if you ever heard of this camp, Kol Neshama. It's called. The person who runs it, her name is Robin Garbos, out in California. It used to be a religious girls camp out in California, and then she shifted it off to Tzfat in Israel. And
really?
Yes, that's why I'm telling you about it. And one of my daughters went to it. It was a 5-week program. She directs movies, women movies, and the girls, yes. So you should, maybe after we get off, you could like take a note and look her up, and maybe something will be great for your daughter.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, she does a lot of great great films. When my daughter went that summer, she did 3 performances. My daughter now is 22, but when she went, she was 15. I sent her when she was 15 years old, but she did 3 performances in Yerushalayim, in Jerusalem. It was unbelievable. And they developed more. It was for singing, dancing, and drama.
Amazing.
So they developed her drama side because she was more of the singer, but they had, they did everything. It was just unbelievable. And it was for girls from all over the world. All over the world.
Amazing. I'm going to like look it up. I think it's something that we're doing it.
Yeah. Now looking back at these years, 4 years or so, was there like a proud moment that you want to share with us, or let's start maybe a regretful moment and then a proud moment?
Regret? I don't know. I'm not a person that I have too many regrets.
Okay.
Believe me. I feel like if you're giving it all you got, there's no reason like to have any of that.
So what's your proudest?
Proud moment? I don't know. Every single season is like a proud moment, we collaborated with Adi Heyman. I created 3 looks for her fashion week, and it was she got photographed so much. We were in the cover of Net-a-Porter magazine. We were on Vogue. We were on Marie Claire. We were on Elle magazine. What else?
So those were your high, proud moments that you felt like you've.
Amazing moments. Those were amazing moments. I spoke in like a few panels, like Faith in Fashion, and then Zelda Wiggs, Zelda Volkov. She did a panel as well. I spoke on that. It was amazing. I don't know. Proud moment was opening my stores. Like, to be honest, opening my first store within like 18 months of House of Lancry. That was a proud moment to open a Crown Heights store. Our like first, store, not even in London. We opened like in New York, and then we have here in London a beautiful store that we opened just before COVID, and we cannot open for a whole year. So doors have been shut. So we are looking forward to opening very soon. What else? And I don't know. I'm proud. I'm proud of the team of people that we have working here. Right, Adina? Yeah. I'm proud of my New York staff and here in London. I'm Baruch Hashem surrounded by amazing people.
Great. Well, you give off such positive energy, so of course you're going to have positive people around you. What's the best way if somebody wanted to contact you, or through your website, through the Instagram account? How do you want to tell people listening to this podcast? What's the best way?
Okay, the best way, you can either send me a DM or send me an email to info@houseoflancry.com, and we'll get back to you right away.
Yes, I attest to it. She gets back. She's very good with that. So I really want to thank you so much for sitting down with us. I know you're a very, very busy woman, but like I said, you such positive, wonderful energy. But I
feel like
yeah.
Working like for chinuch, it's the future of the Jewish education, and we have to, I don't know, if you get as many people as possible, like to speak like in your podcast, to like to inspire more like of the new generation to be hardworking, and just go for your dreams, and just work hard, because you don't get things handed by you like easily. Right. You gotta work hard. Like building like our company wasn't just like overnight. It took many nights of hard work, of me packing by myself packages and spending like the whole night shipping, and then like figuring like things out on the business side of it, and I think that what we see on Instagram, it's not what's the real reality. We show the pretty and the fun, but behind that screen, it's the hard work that we put in for every season, every collection, taking care of our customer and our staff, and making sure everyone's happy. It takes a lot of work.
Yeah, I think that's a very important work ethic. I tell my students all the time. I said, school is like work. You might like the teacher, you might not like the teacher. You got to do it.
Yeah.
You got to put the work in. It's just training you for real life. Wow. So I love that. Set your soul on fire. I think that's definitely, we're going to leave with that concept, and get your hands dirty. That's what, you got. It's always not what you see, but it's really a lot of hard work. And I want to thank you so much. And your line is gorgeous. I have a few of your pieces. So, and my daughter has a few of your pieces. So I really, what?
Share pictures with us.
Yes. Yeah. So thank you so much. And the time.
It was fun and was great. And just good luck with everything.